Not have done that, I would have gone bankrupt.
You think so? Yeah.
Yes, because
no,
if I had not got my income up, I would have been. I was on negative income. It was the only way I could get my income to a point where I wasn't going backwards.
Right, and not having access to reasonable, like yellow, right, and like any way to put yellow and purple with things you were delivering over there, right?
Yeah.
And my strategy totally banked on getting that loop going. Had I got the loop going, and it was you were prevaricating between urbanization and loco, and I was beaming loco at you, and you took urbanization. That meant I couldn't build this complete loop earlier.
Yeah.
And that at that point I was in. It was in nightmare realm.
Yeah, that was interesting. That like it was a, and then hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we passed the threshold. I feel like there. Clever map, really really good stuff here. The MacGuffins work well hand in hand with, like
Yes.
if they all have to be there to make it work, but it works really really well. This I think could be a way high-ranked map if I were to, you put a gun to my head and tried to have me rank the 50
I want to try it again.
maps. Yeah, I want to do this at 4.
I want to try this without the crazy I must get that opening position strategy that I tried.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
might have worked had I been able to get the loop going, but I don't know.
4 shares at the
It was
start.
risky.
Yeah, we went aggressive share, but
Aggressive in the auction early is what made
Yes.
as austere as it was.
Yeah, because things are expensive, and but like a $6 auction in the first one is not unheard of.
Sure, in this it should be.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
So just because, in Age of Steam,
and the fact that you only get $4 per share, like we get 13 shares over the course of the game. That's $13 that we're missing out on, right? Which is
a non-trivial amount of money, especially when builds are more expensive.
Yep.
And yeah, that is really sweet. I had no idea. I'll be honest. So I have all my maps in picture frames, in IKEA picture frames, the Albin maps, right? And I accidentally broke one of them. And so I have to redo them. I have them all laid out up there, and I kept seeing this one, and I kept thinking it was a 2-player map because well, look at it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe we'll get it played one day. And then I saw it was 3-4, and I was like, we're doing this. And yeah, so I very much want to try this at 4 players, though.
what happens at 4. I don't know.
Well, you
it's not that
basically
tight.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think it's that tight. I think
No.
that becomes more interesting.
Yeah, the tightness for us 3 was based on the lack of money and the inability to build rapidly.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's
Which
not a
with 4
space
is not
issue.
actually going to make a huge difference, because
Right.
with 4 it's not really going to be any worse.
So do you take fewer shares and just bid less aggressively and hope that actually
I'll let you
works
know
out?
when we play it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not one to know. We churn through maps, right?
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I say we play this one again next week, but play it 4 players.
Tempting.
I mean, would y'all be opposed to that? Or do you just want to keep churning through maps?
No, I'm happy to play it again. I really want to play the Age of Industry Minnesota map.
And you only do 1 stream a week.
Well,
so,
I might be able to squeeze a couple out.
okay, I'm just saying, if y'all, I mean, it's an option.
I'll have to check my calendar for next week, but it's
Okay.
not too bad. It's plausible, because
Okay.
So I mean, I'm really enjoying our Age of Industry maps as well. So I kind of want to alternate the.
It's a rough life he has. It's Age of Industry. Do we go Age of Steam? It's. I mean, we're fortunate, but no. This is. I'm not gonna say I thought it was a throwaway. Like I didn't think anything about this map coming into it, and that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't fun, going against 2 players.
It wasn't fun being at the back, desperately trying to avoid bankruptcy.
So I mean, the thing is, like, and getting this build out of Panama, my second build out of Panama City was crucial to that, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that Martin couldn't get in there eventually. I mean, you weren't trying to initially, but
I couldn't afford to.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this was I had my eye on that for a long time, but it was
right.
I mean, I had to get up there. I had to do other things.
Yeah.
And I just was not able to
Right.
get in that direction that I needed to.
And the other thing that's I think important, probably very important about this map is that it like you got the yellow and the purple on the outsides, which you see in some maps where you have like colors together. But since it's a long skinny map, it means that if like one person's building on that side of the world and they don't have, and if the blue comes out over here, then you don't have reasonable blue deliveries, or and vice versa. Like that's the kind of thing that I think works really well with in a skinny map like this.
Yes. And the other thing that I find really surprising about this map is the back-to-back colors didn't really hurt me.
Yeah.
Right? And normally that's something you avoid there to the right and going much less back to back to back like that.
Yeah.
But
they weren't delivered, though, so it shows there weren't any help.
Well, no, I mean, early on, it was okay. And then, but I could have done what Gusarino recommended, which was there, and then come around this way.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really wanted to urbanize that. But again, the blacks didn't hurt me back. Like, I was like, this was manageable. And that really surprises me that but that this map facilitates that ability, and the fact that all the yellows came out on the yellow, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed this. John says, hey, if you can't, don't worry, he'd be happy to jump in as a 4-player, so there's that. Yeah, Private Vendetta, 6 glory to Rome's on a 3-player map. That makes it a pretty great map. Yeah, and it wasn't a unpleasant tightness. No. Like, it was a struggle, but it was a fun struggle.
Right, and it changed, and it developed over the game. So money tight for that first, 5-6 rounds? How many rounds?
Oh, at least.
Like 5 rounds, right?
We played 9,
Yeah, so maybe 5 rounds and then we turned the corner, and it became a very different. I love how that changes.
Yeah, and I don't know that I've seen that. That's unique.
So I think it's the first time I've hit the 15.
Shares, really?
On shares, yes.
Really?
So, well, I normally like to play a low share game.
Sure, but
I have no problem doing that. No.
And I normally top out somewhere here.
Yeah, and 9 to 11. That makes sense.
And it's
true.
well, again, it's unusual for me to bid hard on the opening bid because
that was shocking. That was I
wanted to make sure I won it. But of course, then I was stupid because I should have done Urbanize there instead of. For some reason, I just got it into my head that the only way I could build 3 hexes was by engineer.
Well, it's true. No, it is true. You just have to urbanize.
Exactly. Which, as I said, I've only been playing this game for 5 years. You would think I would have figured that out by now.
It happens. Yeah, it was good. That was a lot of fun. Even playing against one. Conglomerate. No, I'm done. I'm just messing.
It was me getting enough of ownership of Panama that
you caused that. So no, you earned it. Don't get me wrong. And I think I actually hurt myself in some of that because I put the screws to Martin in that one auction. And now he was forced to use your track. So I guess honestly, I can kind of blame myself a little, but that's not as much fun as blaming y'all, so I'm just going to blame y'all. So, all right, good stuff. John's like, when he said 4 shares, that was one of those, like, moments, like, that's TV drama right there. So,
well, I'm increasingly either doing one or the other. Either go big on the first go because you really want to get the first position. And I really did think that circle was really luscious because there was a lot of reds and blues, and once you got them lined up, you could send things either way. Like this eventually went 4 this way.
Right. Yeah.
I sort of looked at that from the beginning and said, I was looking at the goods growth and saying there's a lovely cluster there, and I reckon if I could get that cluster going mid-game and then maybe go that way in late game, things would work. Sure. But I just was not able to build the circle in time. And then at that point, had I not stupidly made, I very may well splotted. I lost the game on the first round by that mistake.
True. So, Panama map, Alban Villard, 2018. recommended pretty strongly, at least off of one play. And yeah, if you don't see it, before I put my foot in my mouth, give me 1 second. I want to double check my weeks. Yes, if you don't see it next week, you'll see it the following week. How's that?
Yeah, definitely.
That I feel confident saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap. Hey, the only thing I will say is consider, please, like and subscribe on the channel. It helps the channel.
The Panama Canal sends funds through itself. Because that's where you like and subscribe and get the thing go wiggly, 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 wiggly like button. Wiggly, wiggly like cloud. Like and subscribe.
You're gonna get the stuff all at the end, but I like that I found out that little light up thing. That was
Wiggly, wiggly like cloud.
Exactly. I'm Edward.
Shrey.
Martin.
Wiggly, wiggly. From now on, I'm just saying, y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Take care, y'all. Hey, thanks for watching, y'all. I know I say that at the end of every video, but that's because I really appreciate that y'all take the time to watch the videos that we create. So if you enjoyed it, and I think you did, then watch a few hundred of those. Don't just watch 1 or 10. Do that. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and consider supporting the show on Patreon, because you know what? Really does help. Thanks, y'all.